Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Yes, I'm up here juking in the morning. Old school vibe, R&B music. I love it, I love it. So I do not own the copyrights to the music in the background because y'all know how y'all like to do. But anyway, good morning, my lovely babies. How you doing? Auntie Treats is back with another video, uploading you with the mess, the tea, and some trees. Okay, I'll be ready. Auntie ready. Really ready. So if you haven't done so already, follow Auntie on TikTok at pretty_hustler. That's HUZZLER. If you don't know how to spell pretty, you know you should. The education system has failed you. Like seriously. But anyway, follow me on TikTok at pretty_hustler. Follow me on Twitter at Auntie.1. Follow me on Instagram at Latrice Brown 53, and also follow me on my Facebook blog page, Auntie Be Knowing. I be posting my videos to there as well, and be posting a little pre-show, pre-game of what I'm gonna be talking about. I post my posts and stuff what I'm gonna be talking about. Also, what else? Oh, like, subscribe, and share to Auntie YouTube page. Auntie Be Knowing. It costs $0 to support me. Costs $0. I'm not asking for no money. I'm not asking for nothing. I just need your support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Auntie got our trees. I probably gonna have to roll something else because that's too small anyway. And I got my handy dandy notebook. Let's get ready to get into the tea for today. So let's open this up with a little bit of sad news. One woman has been reported dead and two others are injured following a concert in Rochester, New York, featuring Glorilla and Finesse 2 Times. Okay. People thought they heard gunshots and stuff like that at the concert. They panicked, started running and shit like that and pushing each other towards the exit. And the woman that was killed and the two others that were injured, they were trampled on very bad, trying to run away from gunshots. And now it has been reported that there were no gunshots. So I don't know what people heard to spook them like that, but they got spooked, thought it was gunshots, and there were no gunshots. Like I said, one woman has been pronounced dead. Two others are still in critical condition. And Gorilla, she tweeted her condolences to the family. But we got to be a little bit more careful. And when I say about we got to be more careful, I'm talking about the promoters and everything else. Like, y'all should already have this stuff lined up, the property, the proper space. You know what space y'all doing this in. You know what security needs to be had. Like, if anything was to break out, like how many people can be in a space. And I heard it was packed out there at the concert. It was packed. So they doing all this pushing and stuff and stampeded on this girl. They stampeded her to death. And that is just sad. Like, we should have a little bit, like a little bit, we should be a little bit more tighter on things than we are, because this should have never happened. That should have never happened. Condolences to her family and prayers to the other women. Kanye West has returned to Instagram, y'all, over the weekend. Now, Kanye, we just gonna tell you to come in and sit the fuck down. Behave, Kanye. That's it. That's all. Okay, what else we talking about? Let's talk about Chris Rock. Chris Rock has been trending all over social media this past weekend because of his little antics. Okay, he released his comedy special on Netflix. I forgot the name of it. It's something Selected Rage or something like that. I think it's something like that. It's on that on Beyond Those Lines, like that, around that Selected Rage. And in his comedy special, he's talking about Meghan Markle pulling the race card. And then he starts in on Will and Jada again. Chris, Chris has always been corny to me. He's only funny really to white folks with his big teeth ass, looking like Chomper. I'm serious. Like, no, he only funny to them. And where he really lost me at is where he gets on this Will and Jada rant, and he's calling he's calling Jada all kind of bitches and shit, and then picking at her interview with Will about the August Alsina entanglement story. Like, Chris, are you fucking serious? You are the same man that got up on stage and bragged about sleeping around on your ex-wife. So you cannot talk about her talking to her husband about what she did in the past. You got on stage and talked to everybody about how you fucked off on your wife. Then he was talking about Meghan Markle played the race card, which I'm just gonna be honest. In a way, he was kind of right about that one, because Meghan is a black woman. She's half black, but she don't dwell with black people. The only black person that I really can see her dwelling with is her mom, and she don't even really mess with her mama like that. And so, she's been doing all she can to get out of her blackness. And now all of a sudden, when you marry into a racist family, a family that was built on racism and colonialism, you literally married into that. And now they don't like me and they were being racist towards me. What the fuck did you expect? What? Either way, his segment was trash to me. I just really don't understand why he's still talking about Will and Jada. It's just time to let it go, bro. You already got smacked before. What else you want? You want to get a beat down this time? It's gonna take for somebody to really beat your ass, ain't it? And I'm not wishing that on you, but damn, you do too much. It's a fine line between being a comedian and then being a social terrorist. That's what you doing right now. Terrorizing people for no fucking reason. You just trash to me. Anyway, let's move on because I'm getting in my feelings and it ain't even me that's experiencing it. Let's talk about Kim Burrell. Kim Burrell has finally spoke out and said that she's in good spirits and everything after news from Tyrese that the gospel singer had pneumonia in both lungs. But she's saying she's doing good. Prayers to you on a speedy recovery, Miss Burrell. Okay. Let's move on. Let's talk about Angela Yee. Angela Yee has been under fire for her comment pretty much saying that she was the only woman face and the only woman really working within the Breakfast Club after her interview with, I think, Tamron Hall. She was interviewing with Tamron Hall too, and she spoke out and said that she was the only woman face of the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God has not spoke out yet, but DJ Envy spoke out and said that's cap. She wasn't the only woman that was working on the show. There was a lot of women that were producing and writing and all that for the show. Lil Mama and Erica Mena got in and said like they don't feel sorry for Angela Yee at all when she was, you were the only woman working in, like, the only woman face of the Breakfast Club, and you was feeling like, you the only woman in the room. That's how you've made other women feel. And I do agree with that. When Charlamagne and DJ Envy were doing trash shit and making trash ass comments, you was right there. Instead of being the voice for women, because you were the only woman on Breakfast Club. Now, I truly was hoping that she meant that she was the only woman host on Breakfast Club, but from listening to the interview, it sounded like Angela Yee was saying she was the only woman working at the Breakfast Club at all. And the reason why DJ Envy has stepped into the chat and saying that's cap, he's saying like you were the only host. Don't make it seem like you were the only woman that was just working on the Breakfast Club when we had producers, writers, people working the cameras. They were women. So you weren't the only woman, you were just the only woman host. So just say you were the face of the women for Breakfast Club, but you weren't the only woman working there. And that's what DJ Envy was trying to say. Angela, I do feel what you were saying, and I do understand that you went through some trash shit on the Breakfast Club, but that does not negate the fact that you have also done some trash shit to women on the Breakfast Club to try to save your skin. I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing now and you're on, your ventures and stuff like that. You got a new show. You got a new show and everything. Kudos to you on that. Just move on. Do better now that you know better. So moving on, Morant has deactivated his Twitter and Instagram accounts after it was announced that he would be suspended for 2 games. This nut went on Instagram Live and showed off a little handgun like it ain't nothing. Like he just a gangster. Like he just a G, And the motherfucking sports committee said, "No, sir, sit the fuck down." NBA said, "No, sir, sit the fuck down. We're not gonna do this ghetto shit." They told you to sit your ass down. Now he done deactivated his Instagram and Twitter accounts. Hopefully, just sit down and think about what you did, baby, because it's not worth you losing coin over this dumbass shit here. It's really not. Okay, during a recent episode on Queen Radio, Nicki Minaj has announced that she has started her own record label. She has launched her own record label. Ooh. I'm praying for y'all. Period. I'm just praying for y'all. Because Nicki Minaj, she is a talent within herself. So I know she can spot talent. But I'm not saying that y'all ain't finna go through some shit. Because y'all might. Record labels are shady as fuck. That's why Chance the Rapper is one of the most famous independent rappers. Like, he's going independent. He built getting millions of dollars. And that's his money. So I don't trust the record label. I never have. But kudos to Nicki. Speaking of record labels, let's talk about Jadakiss. Jadakiss says that record labels should be blamed for violent rap lyrics. Jadakiss, and I believe that too, that y'all love holding these rappers accountable for the things that they're saying and putting in their music, but we also need to hold the record labels accountable who is actually allowing them to spew this shit, and they're producing it and publishing it in their name. So we need to start blaming these record labels for these trash ass violent rap lyrics as well. He was on a podcast recently called the I Am Athlete podcast, discussing artists like Pop Smoke, Takeoff, and PNB Rock who died a violent death due to gun violence. They died. So he was saying like it ain't just them what they put in their lyrics. It's the record company pushing y'all to do. It's the record company pushing y'all to do it. It's them. They gambling on y'all to do something dumb. That's exactly what he said. He said it just like that. They gambling on y'all to go out there and do something dumb, to push this narrative, and you're falling right into it. So I definitely agree with him. As much as rappers get heat for the stuff that they be saying, we should also press these record labels to stop trying to market violence to us. They see that violence is marketable, so they marketing it to us because they know that's something that we want to hear. If we literally just start pressing them and telling them we want to hear good, clean shit, they'll do that. They'll do it. trust and believe. It starts fucking with their coin, they'll do just that. They'll do it. So let's move on. Let's talk about actor Isaiah Washington, and he has chosen to go into retirement. Okay, he will no longer be acting. Isaiah Washington, best known for his role on Grey's Anatomy, he has announced that he's gonna be retiring from acting, and he says the haters, the provocators, they won. They won. A lot of people are really like showing that they don't care. Like there, a lot of people, I seen it. A lot of people don't care about Isaiah Washington because they said that he has done some trash stuff. I need to look up on this matter a little bit more to see, because Isaiah always been sexy to me. I like a sexy, zaddy. I'm so serious. I like a sexy, zaddy looking man. But I got to look up about what he been doing. I really got to look into that further because I don't know what he's done, but I've seen a lot of comments up underneath the posts, up underneath certain posts and stuff, up underneath certain threads on Twitter, that he's a very problematic actor. I don't know if he's problematic off the screen, like he's a problem to his co-host, but a lot of people ain't feeling him. So I need to look into it further, and then that'll be a story time for y'all. Okay. But I like him though. I like he's a good actor. He's a good actor. And it's gonna be, to me, I think the acting world is losing a gem because he is a gem. So, but I'm gonna look into it and then I'll let you know what I find out. Okay. So let's move on. The fight for Shanquella Robinson continues. Her parents were in Washington, D.C. over this weekend calling for President Biden to act on the... They were calling for President Biden to act on the matter of their daughter, of Shanquella. They're ready for him. The Mexican government say they ready for America to do the extradition process. America moving their feet, being slow, just well, not moving their feet, dragging their feet, being slow. So being crump and the rest of the family decided to go up there to Washington and say, you need to put a move on. You need to get a move on with this shit. Just like you being slow with the motherfucking student loans. Student loans should have been wiped out. Ooh. Not trying to down Shanquella Robinson's story. But I'm just saying though, like, you're moving too slow. You're moving too slow. Get a fucking move on. People tired. Like, for real. Justice for Shanquella, okay? Justice. Stay tuned for part 2 of the video, y'all.